The train ran non-stop for days before it suddenly stopped in the middle of a forest. The engineer relayed a message to the passengers that the engine was broken. It was the fall of 1941. The country was at war. Thousands of people had already died on the battlefields. The Germans occupied dozens of small towns and large cities. Who could think about a lost train with 2,000 or 3,000 people on it? In a couple of days, the train coffee shop ran out of food. The people gathered berries and mushrooms in the woods. But soon, they couldn't find any more. People started to starve. Children didn't play anymore. In several weeks, the first graves appeared along the railroad track. People started to die from starvation or hunger-related illnesses. Leah's feet were swollen due to hunger. She couldn't walk. She spent all day laid down, waiting for a moment when Anna gave her a small piece of dark bread, and it happened just once a day. Leah put it under her tongue and sucked on it for hours, being afraid to swallow because right after she swallowed it, the horrible feeling of starvation started to torture her again. Mom, do you remember that day, a couple of months ago, when Aunt Fega and Jane visited us? Yes. Darling, what about it? Jane threw away pieces of bread and you told her, don't do it, Jane. A day can come when a small piece of dark bread could be a matter of life or death. Yes. I remember that, sweetheart, Anna replied sadly. How did you know about it, Mama? Anna didn't answer, but simply cried, hugging her dying daughter. The situation was desperate and helpless. There was no food, and no mercy from men or heaven. Anna knew that soon she would either watch her children die or they would watch her die. She took some clothes from her bag, gave the last piece of bread to Leah and Boris, and kissed them goodbye. Leah, if I don't return, take care of your brother. Where are you going, Mama? I don't know. I'll try to get us some food. Anna left. She walked through the forest, hoping to meet people on the way. Anna was afraid to get lost, so she watched the sun, heading south all the time. She was starving and tired, and couldn't feel her feet anymore, but she didn't stop. She decided that if she died walking. Anna walked for a whole day, exhausted, and her body sore. Suddenly, she stepped onto a path. If there is a path, there must be people nearby. A hope gave her energy, and she took the path and walked a little faster. After a couple of minutes, Anna came out of the forest into a small village. She knocked on the door of the closest house. A woman came out. Anna almost dropped to her knees. Please, lady? I'm starving, my children are dying. Please help. I don't sell and don't exchange food for anything. The woman replied, I have only enough for my family. Anna looked very weak and miserable. Please, lady. I have some fine dress to exchange for food. She removed her silk dress from the bag and handed it to the woman, though she didn't show any interest. I don't have extra food. I have 2 small starving children. I beg you. Anna cried and noticed a hesitation on the woman's face. My husband's at war. The Germans occupied my town and burned it to the ground. Anna shed tears. Our train got stuck in the middle of a forest with a broken engine. There is no food and no water there. Nobody knows or cares about us. A lot of people died already. Please, I'm not asking you to give me food for free. I'm offering to exchange food for some clothes. They're good quality. And very expensive. The woman took the fine dress in her hands. She had never seen anything like that in her life. It was made in China from beautiful silk. It was so odd to see this village woman holding this light, soft cloth with her rough wrinkled hands. Yeah, it's fine and expensive, but a piece of dark bread is probably worth much more now. Is it not? Anna took off her jacket and handed it to the woman. Please, don't let my children die. She fell down on her knees, crying. Oh, Jesus. Put it back on. It's chilly. The woman went inside her house and, in a minute, came back with a bag filled with dark bread and sugar. This is all I can give you, and don't come back. I don't have extra food. The way back was even more difficult. Anna was too tired and disoriented. She wasn't sure if she walked in the right direction. Her feet were bruised, scratched, and in pain. She hadn't slept for more than 2 days already, but she couldn't let herself rest. She was afraid to be too late to find her children alive. Anna had lost sense of time and didn't really know how long she had been walking. The fear of finding her children dead pushed her ahead. Finally, she stepped onto the train tracks and soon found the stalled train. She made it. Anna fed her children and rested a bit. Then, she took another piece of clothing from her bag and headed back to the small village. After 2 months, the machinist had repaired the engine, and the train headed to Siberia, losing 2/3 of its passengers along the way.